or
Well,
whatever.
his adoptive mother references like he sleeps around a little bit.
Yes, yes, she does say as another like fling or whatever.
She basically calls him
All
a
the
slut.
women.
Wow.
What do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, and an Imperial toolkit. They're so proud of themselves. They don't even care.
We see him kill a dude. Seemingly, seems like the first time he's potentially killed. I
don't think so.
Maybe not, but like at least like it comes as a shock to him, right? Similar to in Rogue One, we see him kill someone. He's not that fazed by it. This appearance, he seems a little bit more phased by it. So even if he's killed before, it's not something he's accustomed to.
Right, but I think he's more phased by it because he knows
the consequences
of his actions, right? Yeah. He knows that this kill, because it is one of the corporations. I don't know. Anytime they were like, we work for the corporations, then like a weird like 70s sci-fi like tune would pop in my head every time. But yeah, I think he's more phased by it, not because it's his first, but because it's the consequences. Cassian is an interesting character in the sense that he does very, very bad things.
Sure.
He does one thing that is a big sacrifice to help this thing, right? Or whatever. When you look at other characters who do not similar things, but they do like bad. Like I was asked recently, are you a fan of the Scarlet Witch? Are you a fan of Bucky? In the sense that, they have done terrible things.
Sure.
Like, Bucky, I think you could argue is the closest. Because, like, what the Scarlet Witch does, we haven't seen her redemption, or she's even going to get redemption. While Bucky is trying to do redemption, Cassian's big thing is, the Death Star plans. But the question, though, is, like, is Cassian a likable character?
I think they've added a lot of nuance to the character in terms of, and especially early in the show, I think what they're trying to show is just the circumstances around a lot of these people, right? And you are a product of your circumstances. And the circumstances are not great for any of these people. You kind of have to live fast and loose, and, you live in this very corrupt, kind of roguish type of world where you're, it's kind of the Wild Wild West in a lot of ways, in space. Space cowboys.
Yeah. The main premise of Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. This show, Christian said this show reminded him a lot of the expanded universe. This show reminds me of a lot of what Lucas had tried to do for years when he was trying to do his live action show called Underworld, which was the anthology series where it was just not like people far and away from the main stories, and it was just the people of the galaxy and like what they were living for, right? And a lot of that concept got turned into The Mandalorian, but it also feels like some of that lives within the show,
right?
Of this is what happens to all the other people. This isn't just the heroes of the rebellion and the villains of the Empire. This is kind of the nitty gritty and the people we forget about. And you kind of get into some of that nuance too with governments and how the Empire is run. And there's some some lines of like, how did you get this? He's like, well, the Empire would never think that I could go in and get this box.
Yeah,
they just don't care.
They're
getting fat and greedy.
Right,
exactly.